welcome to Making Space. Is this a scientifically accurate wormhole? Dunno. Does it look cool and entirely made in After Effects? I think so. We all know the folded paper explanation for a wormhole. Event Horizon did it first. But here's another way to explain it. I used this analogy not too long ago. Shakespeare wrote, "All the world's a stage." But Will, what about the rest of the universe? That's the rest of the theatre. If I want to get backstage from front of house, then I need to exit stage left, pass through the wings, and here I am. Space is already folded and knotty, which explains the broom cupboard in the dressing rooms. But when it's time to return to the stage, I've got the same journey to do again. Unless I have a wormhole. A gap in the curtain. All of this is wrong. To paraphrase the late great Terry Pratchett, we're stuck using a language whose original purpose was to tell other monkeys where the fruit is. Also, don't think too hard about the theatre analogy, otherwise you might start to wonder who's sitting in the audience. Wormholes, or at least our concept of them, have been around since 1928, when German theoretical physicist Hermann Weyl suggested one-dimensional tubes in space-time, which are visible through electricity. Yeah, me neither. Thank physics for John Archibald Wheeler, who coined the term wormhole in 1957. And while physicists have spent over a century pummeling mathematics to better understand the concepts of fourth-dimensional space-time bridges, the sci-fi community latched onto wormholes almost immediately. The short story, The Meteor Girl, published in 1931, told of the heroes looking through a hole in space to another world. Traversible wormholes, like the one depicted in Interstellar, might exist naturally, and one of the hardest things to explain about them is any hole would appear as a sphere. I took a shot at recreating the look of the one in Interstellar back in 2021, but at the time I was just going for the look, not really understanding what I was seeing. But then, shortly after publishing, YouTube's algorithm did its thing and showed me this video from Benderite Games. This dude created a playable demo of a scientifically accurate wormhole. Listening to the commentary explained wormholes to me far better than anyone before, and repeating it for myself in the free demo was really cool. Mr. Benderite, sir, I salute you. Which brings me to this project. I'm going to show you how I've set up two 3D space scenes in After Effects. Then I'll place them together in a main comp, with linked cameras, and then create a bridge between the two. Almost all of it is automatic once set up, but I do have to cheat a little as the camera passes the event horizon. And that's two mentions for one of my wife's favourite movies. If I say it a third time, I'll have to rewatch it tonight. Here I am in After Effects, and the first thing I need to do is create two compositions for the two locations where the wormhole is going to be. I've got this comp, it's HD, and I've called it Universe 1. Maybe Solar System 1 would have been a better name, I don't know. And I've created a 360 environment here. There's so many ways to create this. I've used Video Copilot's free or plugin and my own 360 stars preset to make the background and stars. And here we could add 3D objects or planets as 2.5D layers, dress it up as much as you like. Once you're happy with your first space, we now need to repeat it for Universe 2. And this time I've put in a gas giant with a set of rings. To find out how to make planets in After Effects, you can always check out my playlist Making Planets, which is the first set of tutorials I made here. Oh, I'm feeling all nostalgic. Okay, back on track. Create a new comp and call it Space Final, or something an actual human might choose. Humans like Vardionta and Manjo Josh, who both sent me coffees. Thank you guys. Apologies for not saying thanks sooner. I had a whole stack of videos recorded and have been working through those. Drag into your new comp both universe comps. And now create a new camera. Now we need to link this camera so it controls the cameras in the other two comps. There's the long way round, which is to right click on Uni 1's title and choose Undock Panel. And then expand both cameras and use a pick whip to link each property. Or, instead, install the 3D Precompose script from Video Copilot. Then select your camera layer comp, then go to File, Scripts, 3D Precompose. make sure to check the Link Properties option for the camera and click OK. After Effects will create a new comp within your existing one. And if you double click it, you'll find two cameras. Hit P to expose the position properties, and the one with the red values means it's the linked camera. So now just hold Ctrl and tap C to copy it, close this comp, and in both the universe comps, hold Ctrl and tap V to paste it, and delete the other cameras. You can delete the camera pre-comp from the space final comp too. This means at any point I look at with the space final camera, we'll move the other two cameras in the same way. That gives me two universes linked up. Let's cut a hole in one so we can see the other. Normally at this point I'd get you to create a square solid, then double click the ellipse tool to create a circular mask. But I want to try this tip from around stern. I'll just make a regular comp size solid, then holding down Shift, I'll double click the ellipse tool. And damn it! I've been using After Effects for 20 years! How did I not know this exists? You should check out the Stern Effects YouTube channel. That guy just knows so much. Thank you, Iran. Let's rename this layer to Wormhole Alpha Mask and make it 3D. Then go to Layer, Transform, Auto Orient, and choose Orient towards Camera. This is a super low memory way of making a sphere. No matter the angle we look at it, it appears face on. Now, set the top universe comp to use the mask layer as an alpha mask. And that's the trick, at least as far as the mechanics go. And of course, you could swap in the Marvel hexagon look, the universal neural teleportation network. This is just shape layers, with the central shape's fill being black. So while it has an alpha channel, the layer is turned on and set to the add blending mode. But for the scientifically accurate wormhole, we're going to do things a little differently. Undo the matte for now, then select the Wormhole Alpha Mask layer, and then use that same Precompose script again. Make sure to link the camera properties. This creates another precomp, but with our circle inside it. This will allow us to use the same precomp twice, as we'll be setting the essential graphics to control two elements. While we're here, double tap to view the mask properties of your circle, and feather it to about 50. Then go to Composition, open in Essential Graphics, and drag the mask expansion into this panel, and set it to -50 for now. Next, go to Effect, Generate, Circle, and check the Invert button here. Then set the blending mode to Stencil Alpha. This gives us a cutout, but let's cheat a little. Expand Feather, and then hold Alt and click on the Feather stopwatch, and use the Pick Whip to link the radius, and then type divide by 5, so that the feather is proportionate to the radius. Why have we done this? Well, when I was playing around with the look, I found I needed two mats for the wormhole, one for the cutout and one for the distortion. But rather than have two precomps, I've used Essential Graphics to link the circle's radius property. So in the Essential Graphics panel, now drag in the circle's radius. So we can now set that from the main comp. See? With the precomp selected, hit enter and rename it to Donut Mat. And set the circle radius to 250. Then with the circle still selected, hold Ctrl and tap D to duplicate it, and rename this to Inner Mat. And set the inner mat's EG circle radius to 0, and the mask expansion to -250. Using the top universe's track matte options, select the inner matte layer. Now we're going to be a little clever. create a new null object by going to Layer, New Null Object. Rename this to Wormhole Null and make it 3D. I'm leaving the mats in the centre of the comp like this null. I could link them together using that same camera pick whip trick I mentioned earlier, but to be honest, it's just extra work. The null here is giving me coordinates I can link some 2D effects to. So for now, hit P to expose its position property, and then go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer. And we're going to borrow a lot from a previous tutorial of mine, where I recreated the look of a black hole. So go to Effect, Distort, Bulge, and on the Effects Center property, hold Alt and click on its stopwatch. Then pick whip the Wormhole Null layer, and at the end type dot, to comp, brackets, square brackets, 0, 0, 0, close squares, close brackets. Next, set the layer to use the donut matte precomp. But this is a 2D effect, and we need it to update as we get closer. So, use the vertical radius pick whip to link its value to the horizontal one, so that we only have to set one and maintain a circle. Then on the horizontal radius, hold Alt and click on the stopwatch, and then type var dist equals length, brackets, and pick whip the wormhole null's position. See, it's really handy to have that. Comma, and pick whip the camera's position, close brackets. So dist is giving us the distance between the camera and the wormhole. Now type var rad equals 900,000 divided by dist. 900,000 comes from some measurements I made, where without the expression I set the distance to be an exact number and set the size to look right, and then change the number and set the size again. I go into this in a lot more detail in the black hole videos. Now if rad goes above 2000 it looks a bit odd, so I'll add if brackets rad is greater than 2000, close brackets, open curly brackets, rad equals 2000. Close curlies. Rad. So what we've got with our two mats, with different mask expansion values, means that the donut adjustment layer affects both Universe 1 and 2, but lets us see the inside of the wormhole, Universe 1. To pass through the wormhole, I've cheated a little and split the Universe 1 comp at the moment the camera passes through the event horizon. Oh, that's 3. And this second Universe 1 doesn't have a track mat. And that's it for now. The full project is in the description below. Really, the only complicated bit is the bulge expression, but feel free to download the project to compare. If you'd like me to go into detail about how I made either of the two 3D spaces, just post a request in the comments below. But in the meantime, I have to microwave some popcorn.